I know, it's 1 a.m., so what are we doing? Oh yeah, let's totally go to that place. I love that place. Wait a minute. What is that?
Hello?
No, shut up for a second.
Hello?
There's like a light in the sky, or a bird, or something.
Hello?
Oh no, oh my god, it's getting closer. Oh my god, it's gonna hit me! Ah! It's an angel. Really? Oh my god, it's Frankie Russo. Yep, it's Frankie. I know, I thought he was a janitor at the local boxing gym too.
I guess you're half right. What's up, girl? Oh no! I did it again! I messed up my coordinate system!
Hey guys, it's the Frankie Russo Show, and here's Frankie.
How you doing out there? How you doing? Welcome to RussoNation.tv, home of America's Team Today. And guess what? This is yours truly, Frankie Russo. Woo! Got a great show for you tonight. Great show. Yo, I fixed my live internet stream. Yes, I got it fixed. I want to thank Ernie J. He's a professional engineer from Dyker Heights. Great job. This thing is beautiful. Up over here at 77 WABC, 800-848-9222. Tonight, we're going deep waters. NYPD's Muslim mapping saved lives. Federal agents knew. I read this article once before, and I'm going to read it again. Federal agents knew that a would-be terrorist had likely arrived in New York City from Florida. This is the New York Post over Thanksgiving weekend a few years ago. However, they didn't know where in New York City he was, a worrisome prospect, considering that Alman Quasi was gathering information on the best places to detonate bombs in Manhattan, Times Square, and Wall Street. Yeah, bomber, bombs, you rat. The NYPD's intelligence division it turned out, knew exactly where to look. De Blasio, another rat, because it already knew places in the metro area that might be inclined to open their doors for the night to a cash-strapped transient and armored with Al-Qaeda. It then sent an NYPD undercover officer into one of those locations and confirmed Quasi's presence there. That allowed federal agents to initiate surveillance and arrest Quasi on terrorism charges as he stepped off a bus in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, on his way home soon thereafter. Similarly, Zeth Lipsky reported, had the Boston Marathon bombers made it to New York with their explosive devices, the NYPD would have been in a good position to know where to look for them because of some mapping it had done in Brighton Beach and elsewhere. These assessments of where a terrorist might land in order to find a cheap place to stay, a job off the books, an internet cafe, or even a restaurant for comfort food were done by a small NYPD unit initially called the Demographics Unit, later the Zone Assessment Unit, which they dismantled because of CARE, because of the 3 Muslims in the ACLU. They were calling religious profiling, so they dismantled the entire program. The unit never had more than 14 police officers assigned to it in a department of 35,000 officers. Okay? None were undercover officers, although some undercover officers were later employed in areas that detectives in the unit had mapped. The officers assigned to the unit did not infiltrate terrorist groups or spy on them. They provided investigators who did with roadmaps as to where terrorists might gravitate in the metropolitan area in advance of an attack or to hide after one. Now, understand, this unit complemented in every specific way the work of approximately 1,300 NYPD officers assigned to counterterrorism duties every day. And what happened here, de Blasio, all the rats, these politicians dismantled the program. It saved lives. Conviction. Abdel Hamid demonstrated the importance of early identification and intervention by the NYPD Intelligence Division and the FBI of individuals who pose a real danger. An NYPD undercover cop encountered this Abdel Hamid in 2008, learned of his plans to travel to Pakistan for terrorist training, alerted federal authorities, and resulted in denying this Abdel Hamid entry back into the country. That's what I'm talking about. So we got the technology to do this. We got the technology to do this. And New York has got the best one. And what happens? De Blasio, Cuomo, the other rat, sitting on all this stuff, nobody fighting for the American people, and we're getting whacked all over the place with a president that denies the existence of radical Islam.
Mele Kaliki Maka.
Yeah, here he goes. Yeah.
Happy New Year.
Yeah. I guess you forgot about the father of U.S. radical terror, U.S. radical Islamic terror in America. Omar Abdel Rahman, the blind sheik. Remember him, Palmer? Remember him? You rat. You stand before the American people and you tell us that radical Islam doesn't exist? They're killing us left and right. Omar Abdel Rahman, the blind sheik, he was educated in Egypt, Al-Azhar University. You know what they say over there? He's got a PhD in Quranic studies. You know what they say at that university? ISIS is Islamic. Yeah. He came over here. Anybody who says that Ted Kennedy was on a terror watch list, well, now you can add the blind sheik. Andrew McCarthy says, yeah, the blind sheik was on 3. Andrew McCarthy, the prosecutor, he got this guy, lifetime prison sentence. He said the egregious errors of the immigration authorities enabled the blind sheik to get in. He married an American Muslim convert. Yeah, that's what he did. And he got political asylum, and he was a religious leader, and then he resided at Al Farouk, the blind sheik's mosque, Muhammad al-Anudi with the Holy Land Foundation, Muhammad al-Muwad and the terror financing out in Yemen. The other guy, Al-Fiji, down at the Brooklyn ice cream parlor with $21 million in a bank account. Check it out. Kelly Moore article, Lewis and Clark, 800-848-9222. So the blind sheik, we're going to go to a Donald Trump commercial and we're going to take some calls. The blind sheik is about to get sentenced. And you know what he says? I'm losing my voice. I'm screaming. Hold on. Let me drink some water.
I'm all the way up. Nothing can stop me. I'm all the way up.
I'm so fired up tonight. You know, the blind sheik, he's getting sentenced, right? You know what he says? He goes, you could call me a Muslim. You could call me a terrorist. He says, yeah. He goes, I didn't do anything wrong. And everybody goes, what are you talking about? You plotted to do this. You organized. He's blind. He knows the Quran by rote. He got a PhD in Quranic studies. He plotted the bombing of all these federal buildings, the bridges, everything, killing everybody. 1993 World Trade Center bombing, Ramzi Youssef, maternal uncle, Khalid Sheikh Mohammed. It goes on and on over there in the Blind Cheeks Mosque. He said he didn't do anything wrong. And people said, what are you talking about? He goes, you know something? You know why? Because it's in the Quran. Believe it? That's what he said. We're going to go to a Donald Trump commercial. We're going to take some calls. It's a Frankie Russo show. We're going deep waters.
I'm Donald Trump, and I'm running for president because there's so much misinformation that's being put out there about me. Let's talk taxes. If I'm president, your taxes are going to go way down. And if you have a small business, big tax break. Every other candidate wants to cut Medicare and Social Security. Not me. It's not going to happen. I'm going to bring jobs back from Mexico, from China, from Japan. Obamacare is a total disaster. I'm going to repeal it and replace it with something so much better. At the same time, we're going to make our military bigger, better, and stronger than it's ever been. Nobody is ever going to mess with us again. And we're going to get rid of ISIS fast. And we're going to take care of our vets. I'll never let you down. Please, we're going to make America great again. I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message.
New York is a great place. It's got great people. It's got loving people, wonderful people. When the World Trade Center came down, I saw something that no place on earth could have handled more beautifully, more humanely than New York. You had two 100...
That's what I'm talking about. You tell him, DT, the next president of the United States, the 45th president of the United States. And by the way, before I take some calls, I just want to tell everybody, he banned the Washington Post. They're lying about him, so he banned them. So,
you're fired.
That's right, he fired them. And guess what? No White House reporter is a registered Republican. Ask Obama that. In a survey of all these Fugazi fake fraud journalists, 9 of 10 claim the Democratic nominee is the next president. So that's not biased? That's not biased? DT's right. 800-848-9222. I'm going to kick to Randall in Kentucky. What's poppin', Randall?
Frankie.
What's up, my brother?
Man, it's just getting off work. It's Miller time, man.
That's what I'm talking about. 51% of U.S. Muslims want Sharia law. 60% of young Muslims more loyal to Islam than the United States. Tell them to go back home to where they came from. Nobody wants to simulate over here? Go back to where you came from. What do you think of that?
You're dead gone right. Go back where you come from. Exactly.
Right?
You know what? Here's my take on things, man. I ain't got nothing at all, nothing against anybody that wants to come here and be an American.
Right?
But you know what? That means you got to be an American first.
There you go. Donald Trump.
Interested in being an American first, and get the hell out of here and go back where you come from, man.
That's what I'm talking about, Randall.
I can't understand the mindset of all these the new liberals, the new Democrats. This guy down here in Orlando. Granted, he was born here in the U.S. He was. His parents came here from Afghanistan, and from the videos I've seen of his dad on the internet, he shouldn't have been allowed in here in the first place.
Exactly.
Exactly. TV news reports all week long of him as a child, and he was having all kinds of problems in school because of his attitude. Well, anybody who's a parent is going to know that, your child's attitude is going to have a whole lot to do with your attitude,
Absolutely, my brother.
The dude called up 911, praised ISIS, pledged his loyalty to ISIS. Doggone, man, how much more, And
then, quite frankly, what really blew me away was while he first of all, he was laughing while how sick this whole thing, this whole ideology is really, it's off the charts. He was laughing while he's doing this.
It's the ideology, and like I've been arguing with liberals on the internet. Well, Christians do. Well, man, show me where a Christian has walked into a gay nightclub and gunned down that many people.
Tell me about it. Tell me about it.
A Christian has made a bomb from a pressure cooker and blew up a bunch of people. Show me where a Christian puts on a suicide vest and, walks into a crowd of folks and blows them up. You ain't going to see that.
Absolutely. Hey, Randall, thank you for the call. You got to get me. We got to talk. You got to get me some. I got to get your pieces of your song on my show. It's really cool. And I'm sorry that I haven't been able to do that at this point.
I'd like to mention about that. Now I'm having never Trump people reply to it and say, "Hey, I'm never Trump and I'll never vote for Trump, but the song is catchy."
So we got to let's communicate this week, and I got to get you. Send me an email or send me a Facebook message, and I got to see if I can work you next week onto the show.
Yeah,
okay, my brother. Thank you for the call, man. I'm sorry I got an hour, and this thing just goes real fast, man. Randall, thank you for the call. God bless you. 800-848-9222. Saudi Arabia is building a 600-mile wall along the Iraq border. For what? To keep out the radical Islamists. Kenya, Obama's hometown, his home country where he's born, Kenya, well, quite frankly, we don't even know. Kenya builds a wall along Somalia border to keep out jihadists. Tunisia is building a 100-mile wall on Libyan border to stop terror. So why can't America build a wall? Hillary Clinton, another rat. She wants to build a bridge. Yeah, she wants to build a bridge to... If she had her druthers, she'd build a freaking bridge right to Baghdad and let them go right over the bridge. Yeah. Right. There she goes. Let's see that again. There she goes. Yeah, she couldn't... she couldn't designate Boko Haram, the big terrorist group that kidnapped all the girls. Yeah. She couldn't designate Boko Haram as a terrorist entity. She said she didn't want to validate them. No, maybe she got some money from them through the Clinton Foundation. That's what probably happened. 800-848-9222. We're going to kick to Felix in Pennsylvania. What's poppin', Felix?
Yo, what's up, Frankie, my brother?
What's up, my brother?
Hey, you know what? I'm a little disheartened, man. Things lately have not been looking too good for Donald because he's been, slagging in the polls there a little bit. But you know what?
I don't think that's true. I think Hillary Clinton they're bribing. Bro, they're bribing everybody.
No, I know. Well, you know what? It's not just Hillary Clinton, man. It's the Republicans. I almost.
Well, you're right. There is some truth to that.
He's being attacked on all sides. He's being attacked by Ryan.
Exactly.
He's being attacked by the corrupt Republicans. Okay, who don't want to give up their place of being the ruling class elites.
Right.
And it's making me insane. But you see, the only thing that I have to say is that I wish Donald Trump would take some advice from people and start fighting back when he gets accused of being called a racist and an Islamophobe and explain his position a little bit better. Because, you see, he's 100% right. If Hillary gets in there, we are in big trouble.
Well, I agree with you, but quite frankly, Donald Trump, no matter what he says, he's going to get attacked, right?
No, he's going to get attacked, but he needs to answer for the people. Now, the only bright...
But wait. Why is it always on Trump? Why is it always on Trump?
No, but he has to explain this. When he gets accused of being a racist or an Islamophobe, he has to explain. He doesn't hate people from different races, from different cultures.
Of course not.
But like you said before, there was over 51% of Muslims that live in America, they want Sharia law.
Yeah.
They think that homosexuals should be put to death.
Yeah. Right? And what about how they treat women?
And exactly right.
You ever see a woman with a burqa on?
Yeah.
It's the scariest thing you want to see.
You know what? That
could be a dude. I don't know what the hell is in behind the burqa.
There's very few broadcasters right now that are speaking the truth. Besides from you, there's Rush Limbaugh, Sean Hannity, and also Howard Stern. Did you hear his thing about
Stern is great. I love Stern. Hey, President Jimmy Carter banned 15,000 Iranians during the hostage crisis. He's a Democrat. The only leftier than him is Obama himself.
The media is so skewed, and again, even the Republicans. I mean, Paul Ryan. These people don't want to get on board and support Trump. and they're putting all kinds of bad vibes out there, okay, and that and it is hurting Trump, and he's got to be able to get the message out there more effectively.
Well, Felix,
now wait, check this one out.
I got to move, man. I'm sorry, I don't mean to cut you.
Corker Cardin, right?
Okay.
Here's a good motivation why Corker Cardin went through, thanks to the Republicans. Do you know who's looking to get a contract to build airplanes for Iran?
Boeing, right?
Yeah, there you go, my brother.
Yeah.
See now, I mean, come on, man. There's payoffs going on all over the place.
And they were trying to do that now that supposedly these sanctions were lifted under this fake fraud nuclear Iranian nuke deal. They were doing that. The Clintons were doing some fugazi stuff with them, with the foundation, with Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton sitting at the Secretary of State's office, and they're funneling money to the Clinton Foundation, and she's doing favors for all the countries that want to do business with Iran.
And you know what else is funny? You said Saudi Arabia before building a wall. Well, guess what? The royal family, they're basically the head of the frickin' Islamic Brotherhood.
I'm telling you. Hey, Felix, man, thank you for the call. I got to move. This thing's almost a half hour in. You believe
Frankie,
it?
put me on hold.
Absolutely. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Joyce. And then we're going to go to a Trump commercial. We'll see what she has to say. She's third eye. Is this the third eye lady?
Oh, my God. I'm the third eye lady talking to the fourth man. Oh my God, you're a step higher than me. What am I going to do? Listen, I'm sitting in a park waiting for you to get on the phone, and rats is across from the Trump Tower. I hate to tell you this. I scared 2 rats away already from 2 different benches.
Who would Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton, probably. 2 freaking big fat rats.
They were.
Big fat mother rats.
I thought it was a cat. I couldn't believe it's so big. They're gigantic. What are they doing running around the park across from the Trump Tower? You should tell him about that.
So let me ask you, what do you want to say about politicians? Because I'm getting ready to go to...
Okay, here's what I want to say. I don't, instead of, when politicians don't keep their promises, they should have some kind of committee, some kind of deterrence, not that should drag the politicians by the hair through the streets. I mean, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it should be that if they make these promises, they have to have another approach. For example, I would like to do this, but this is the problem, that I got this obstacle and that obstacle, and go along that way instead of, so many people are waiting for them to do something, and they just can't do it. And
Joyce,
they have to do something about that.
Joyce, in all due respect, you're a nice lady. I know you're a new age lady. You got all the new age energy going on, and you're sitting there. But let me tell you something. When Americans are getting whacked all over the place, there's no more time for talk. Either these politicians are going to do the right thing, or we're going to line them up and throw them out. We got to get rid of these guys. They're not defending, they're not protecting the American people, and it starts with Barack Obama. Joyce, thank you for the call. I'm going to kick to a Donald Trump commercial, and we'll start the second half of Frankie Russo show. Thank you so much for the calls, everybody. Second half, Frankie Russo show. You can't keep
up. I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message. All talk and no action politicians have let us down, and America is in deep trouble. But I'm going to change that. First, I'm self-funding my campaign. I'm not taking special interest money, and I've called on other candidates to disavow their super PACs, but none of them have done it, which means they'll be puppets for lobbyists, donors, and special interests. I'll negotiate new trade deals, and those deals, along with my plans to cut taxes for the middle class and businesses, will bring American jobs back right here where they belong. I'll rebuild our military and make it so strong that no one will ever mess with us. We'll stop illegal immigration, and yes, we will build a wall, and Mexico will pay for it. I'm the only candidate running who can't be bought. I'll do what the politicians won't. I'll produce. We will make America great again. We need a change, but not an Obama change. We need a real change. We don't need Hillary Clinton, who's a disaster. Hillary Clinton knows nothing about trade. She knows nothing about business except getting business and money into her own account.
That's what I'm talking about, DT. We're pumping the Trump tonight.
Donald Trump, all right?
Welcome to the boardroom.
Breitbart reports CNN scrubs. They're scrubbing, boy. Muslim Chattanooga shooters' immigrant status, and a report detailing the depression and drug addictions from which Muslim terrorist Mohammed Youssef Abdul Aziz suffered, CNN omitted his religion and immigrant status. As usual, when an immigrant, Muslim, or some combination of the two murders Americans, the media goes into overdrive to cover up these two crucial factors. Abdul Azizi was a miserable, drug-addicted Kuwaiti immigrant who sometimes struggled to hold down a job, spent his time popping pills, drinking and smoking pot. He's a real Islamist until he visited the Middle East in 2010, got in touch with his Islamic roots, toured all over, finding out how profound Islam is, came back ready to wage jihad on U.S. troops and killed 5 U.S. Marines. Isn't that wonderful? As our media covers up with Barack Obama with his blindfold that, he is Barry, I'm telling you, Barry Soetoro.
Mele Kaliki Maka.
There he goes, I'm telling you. Don't let him fool you. Barry Sabakwa, Muslim from Indonesia. To become president, he metamorphosized into Barack Hussein Obama, Christian from Chicago, by way of Hawaii through Kenya. Now, he's getting ready to leave office, and he's going to leave with the $150 billion going back to Iran. Iran's in OPEC. Iran is huge. He's leaving as the shore of Iran. I tell you not. I got the statistically significant model over here at 77 WABC, and it goes all the way to the Blind Sheikh's Mosque, to the 5 released Quds Force, the 5 released Iranian Quds Force leaders in Erbil, Iraq. It goes to the Bergdahl trade. It goes to the money going to Hamas, to the Palestinian Authority government. It goes to the Syrian, with the hundreds of millions of dollars to Syria with Assad, and Iran giving $3 to $15 billion back to Syria, and then it goes to Benghazi. Kenneth Tillerman investigative reporting how Benghazi was really the cover-up was the Iranian Quds Force with General Soleimani were the ones that did the unfortunate hit on the Americans in Benghazi. And in each instance, Obama and Clinton are materially supporting the Iranian global terror network. Money, weapons, that's right, he said it, not me. Money, weapons, human assets, all in support of the Iranian global terror network. The Iranian Revolutionary Guard Corps, the Iranian Quds Force with General Soleimani, with Alevi Foundation over here in New York. They're still not designated a terrorist entity. Neither is CARE, neither is NIAT. 800-848-9222. Obama's metamorphosizing into the shore of Iran as we speak. Let's go to Ricky in the Bronx. What's popping, Ricky?
Hi, Frank. Hey, listen, Frank, we always said we didn't want to be Europe. We didn't want to be the Middle East. Well, folks, you are now living in Europe and you are living in the Middle East. I hate to say it. Got to remember, that 9/11 attack, that was an attack that was planned for and trained for and executed within the borders of the United States of America.
Yeah, but they use no guns.
Right.
So the gun control thing is baloney.
Of course it is. It was done by a foreign entity inside the borders of the United States. Listen, Bill Buchanan. Has been.
Gotcha, son! Gotcha! We waited for you! Sorry. This is the Frankie Russo, bro. The Frankie Russo show. We don't play over here, okay? You wanna hang out all week and come over here and play for Frankie Russo? I can play too. Yeah. We're gonna go to Johnny in Hell's Kitchen. What's poppin', Johnny?
Yo, what's up, brother? How you doing, Frank?
Beautiful. What's going on?
Man, I'm going to make the most shocking prediction ever made on your show, and this is You're hearing it here for the first time.
Let me hear.
I don't want your opinion on it, but did you happen to see?
You don't want my opinion on it? Then why are you calling me,
No, but I just want to know, did you happen to see that YouTube clip, Why Women Destroy Nations?
I was about to. You know, every time I kept trying to do it, something came up. I didn't actually get a chance to see it.
All right, so I'm going to move on from that. But here's the thing. When you see it later on,
come on, we got Americans. We got 100 Americans got killed.
You'll understand my comment.
Okay, go ahead.
I predict that when you listen to John Batchelor last night, he came right out and said they want to take it away from Trump at the convention. Mark Levin, same thing. Scott Lonigan was on Lies at 5. They're going to vote for Hillary. We know a lot of Democrats are going to vote for Trump.
But bro, they've been saying that this is nothing profound. People have been saying this for the last year.
Here's the profound part.
And Donald Trump broke all records. So what are we talking about?
What we're talking about is this, Frankie. A lot of Democrats are going to vote for Trump. The reason he's going to lose is because of these traitors among us.
Nah, he ain't losing. He's winning.
Here's my prediction.
Okay, let me hear.
As a result of it, it's over. And what will happen is Osama bin Laden said in November 2001, when people see a strong horse
What is your prediction, John?
My
that you called
prediction
me
is that
up,
we will
quite frankly,
a lot of
and you didn't want my opinion. So why call me up?
A lot of our people are going to turn to Islam. And a lot of us are going to turn. We're going to get our revenge on the traitors. That's what happened.
Well, John, thank you so much for the call, John. I'm moving. Thank you. 800-848-9222. Guy calls me up, and I don't want your opinion on this. Who are you?
Wake
son?
Up. Wake up.
Call Frankie Russo. Right? You calling me up? God bless you. You don't want me, we're not going to have a conversation? I'm going to sit there and go, yeah, okay, yeah, sure, you're right. Are you serious?
Wake up!
800-848-9222. Let's go to Romano in Chicago. What's poppin', Romano?
Hey, Frankie, I had to go west from Chicago. I came out west where women are equipped with scripts and fake breasts.
I like that. That's a good thing. That's what I'm talking about. You know, it's good. It's almost 1:40 in the morning. You need a little break, you know? You need a little break.
It's 10:40 in the evening out here, Frankie. I'm in Las Vegas now.
That's a beautiful thing, man. I like that.
Yeah, except on Tuesday we're expecting record heat of 114 degrees.
Yeah, but you don't feel it out there, do you? It's dry heat, right?
It's dry. Yeah, the humidity is like 9%. The thing is, stay out of the sun.
So what are we doing here? What are we doing? Because I'm my show. This show is like I'm already 40 minutes in. I got 21 minutes left, and I'm done. So what are we doing?
Let me be brief. I listen to Obama and the Democrats every time one of these mass killings occur. Say, we need more laws. There aren't enough guns, and they propose laws that wouldn't have prevented the killing that just happened.
Unbelievable.
But they never say. I'm going to refer you to Donald Trump's previous statements. They never say that gun-free zones, are killing fields where madmen and terrorists go to kill innocent Americans.
Right, because they're not going to obey the gun-free zones, right?
That's right.
Right?
That
Okay,
is
good.
absolutely right. And Donald Trump said somebody needed to be there to pop that son of a bitch in the middle of his forehead.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is life or death. They're in the bushes. They're in the bushes.
We can't pass a law to get rid of the madmen. We can't pass a law to get rid of the terrorists, but we can pass a law to get rid of the killing fields called gun-free zones.
Absolutely. My brother, thank you for the call, man.
You got it.
800-848-9222. Let's go to Lisa in Long Island. What's poppin', Lisa?
Hi, Frankie. How are you?
Good. How are you? How you doing, girl? You haven't called Frankie Russo in such a long time.
I've been very busy.
You haven't told me how much you missed me. No love over here. Frankie Russo, where's the love?
I love you. You're great. You're the best.
I like that. That's good.
And you're going to be on in the future for many hours. We know that.
Oh, really? How do you know? Tell me.
Because I know you are.
Oh, wow.
You are.
You have a dream? Did you dream about me?
I did. I told you that you're gonna have your own show someday.
You dreamed it? I have one now. So what's going on, girl? What do you got to say?
Frankie, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Or maybe a statement.
Go ahead. Good.
Why the wife Nor of this man? Why wasn't she arrested, or will she be arrested? What's going on with that?
Right, exactly. Right now they're saying she's. But they're probably, maybe what I think is actually happening, and I'm hoping that it is, that they're letting her go and run around, and they're following her.
No, they're not just for no. They're not following.
You don't think so?
Well,
so in other words,
she's not going to do anything.
You don't think the FBI is going to do anything?
She's not going to do anything now. But with what we know now, she spoke to him. She went to places with him.
Absolutely, she's guilty as all get out.
So why isn't she arrested?
Maybe they want her to see if she's going to go somewhere. Maybe they're going to lead her to something. Lead us to something else. I mean, I'm hoping. Because I believe in our intelligence agencies, the CIA and the FBI.
That thing that they did, Fast and Furious. They put the guns out there to see where they go. That type of thing. Well, that's dangerous.
Well, I mean, it's just one part. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I'm on the outside looking in. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Take him and get him. I mean, right?
I agree. I mean, quite frankly, we are right now. The blueprint has been there since the early '90s. Our security's been breached from 1993 to 2001, and all the horrific hits on this country since Obama's taken over. The most in the history, the mass shootings, the most in the history under the Obama administration.
Okay.
Mass shootings.
Also, if you look, you remember back to Fort Hood, the guy that killed all those down in Fort Hood.
Another one, radicalism is yes.
Why isn't he dead? They killed Tim McVeigh. Why isn't this other guy? Why didn't they kill this guy?
Because he's Muslim. I mean, They love the Obama loves the Muslims.
There's something very, very confusing about all this.
Obama loves.
I'm very confused.
I believe that Barack Obama is a stealth jihadist in some way. I have statistical significance, and I believe that it could be argued. I don't have clear and convincing proof, but I believe it could be argued in all likelihood, in all probability, that Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama are stealth jihadists, and they don't care what they're bringing in. Look at Saudi Arabia. They're building a wall. Tunisia is building a wall.
Okay.
Kenya is building a wall. We want to build a wall, and we're looked at as xenophobic and Islamophobic, and we're against immigrants. That's crazy.
Well,
right?
We're being lied to, Frankie.
Right? We're being lied to.
If you turn off the sound and you look at the facts,
exactly.
You see the truth.
Exactly, Lisa.
Sorry, Frankie, we're being lied to.
You're 100% right. God bless you.
I want to see this woman get arrested in the next week. Let's see if it's on the front page because she knew.
That'd be a great thing. That'd be the beginning. I mean, something. We got to get Donald Trump in there and let him do his thing.
Trump is in. Don't even fret. Donald Trump is our next president. Everybody get ready for it and get used to it.
Welcome to the boardroom.
That's it, Donald.
There you go. Nothing more needs to be said.
God bless you,
Get
Lisa.
The bumper stickers, put the signs on the lawn. Don't be afraid. Okay, everybody?
Lisa?
Frankie, have a great show, and do not go away. We love you.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Made my night. Look at that. See, the ladies. Can we get a little heart before we get a little heart pounding? My heart is... I wanted to... I'm telling you, I'm feeling good. She made me feel, there it is. I can't help it. There it is again. Oh my God, I'm 21. 800-848-9222. We're going to kick to a Donald Trump commercial, and I'm going into the last 15 minutes of the show. Crazy.
I'm Donald Trump, and I'm running for president because there's so much misinformation that's being put out there about me. Let's talk taxes. If I'm president, your taxes are going to go way down. And if you have a small business, big tax break. Every other candidate wants to cut Medicare and Social Security. Not me. It's not going to happen. I'm going to bring jobs back from Mexico, from China, from Japan. Obamacare is a total disaster. I'm going to repeal it and replace it with something so much better. At the same time, we're going to make our military bigger, better, and stronger than it's ever been. Nobody is ever going to mess with us again. And we're going to get rid of ISIS fast. And we're going to take care of our vets. I'll never let you down. Please, we're going to make America great again. I'm Donald Trump, candidate for president, and I approve this message. You used to call me on the cell phone.
That's it. We're pumping the Trump tonight, baby.
Call me on the cell phone.
A Department of Homeland Security whistleblower, Breitbart News reports, accused the Obama administration of actually engaging in a bureaucratic effort to destroy intelligence records of hundreds of Muslims with ties to terrorism that are needed to keep Americans safe. Did you hear that? Philip Haney, the former DHS employee turned whistleblower, added that the administration's order to wipe out records of Muslim terrorists from travel and national security databases had made it vastly more difficult to prevent future attacks. Now, this afternoon, I was driving along. I'm reading this thing because it's really cool. I was driving along in my car, and I was listening to the Sean Hannity show on the radio. Yo, it was the most riveting show that it was amazing. You had this guy, Philip Haney, on there, and this guy was talking about all his experiences, all his knowledge and information on these radical Islamists. It was an amazing show. It was so good. I sat in the car, and I was late for my appointment because I wanted to hear the entire. It was just amazing, and it's this kind of what I'm trying to say. It's this kind of stuff is what we need to know. Now, talking about scrubbing records, I'm going to take some calls. 72 DHS, Department of Homeland Security employees on terror watch lists. Really, Frankie Russo? That's right. At least 72 employees at the Department of Homeland Security are listed on terror watch lists. And Democratic Congressman Stephen Lynch was up in arms over this. Disclosed that a congressional investigation recently found that at least 72 people working at the DHS were on a terror watch list. Back in August, we did an investigation. The Inspector General did of the Department of Homeland Security and found 72 individuals were on terror watch list. Oh, well, Ted Kennedy was on a terror watch list, Frankie Russo. Yeah, and so was Omar Abdel-Rahman. Yeah, the blind sheik. Ask Andrew McCarthy, the prosecutor. He was on 3. Yeah. And another one. Homeland Security report calls for rejecting terms in jihad in Sharia. The Homeland Security Advisory Council report recommends that the department focus on American millennials by allocating up to $100 million in new funding, urging greater private sector cooperation, including with Muslim communities, to counter what is described as a new generation of threats to the homeland related to the threat of violent extremism. Are you kidding me? You don't like it here? Take your Sharia law and go back to Baghdad. This is America. We speak English. If you don't want to assimilate, go back to where you came from. Bring your violence, bring your murderous tendencies, your radical, whatever religion, whatever the hell that is. That's not whatever Islam is. I don't even know. I don't think they know. Let's take some calls. Let's go to Chris in Brooklyn. What's popping, Chris? I got 10 minutes left.
Hi, Frankie. I'm an associate of Michael Shrimpton of Britain and Lieutenant Colonel Field McConnell. Shrimpton has the evidence that he was born of non-citizen parents in Africa, that his Indonesian connection through the Subud and his movement through connections with Brzezinski put him as an illegal alien here. And because of the Simpson-Mazzoli bill in '86 as the amnesty, he was given a passport by the sister of Field McConnell, who worked at the State Department, so that he was a amnesty recipient because of the '86 bill. I just wanted to pass that on.'t otherwise, he is.
So wait. He was a recipient of the amnesty of the '86 amnesty,
just like Cruz, just like
Muhammad Abu-Lima.
I don't know about that.
Oh, Muhammad Abu-Lima, the farmer immigrant, the farmer immigrant status. He was born in Egypt. He was kicked out of Egypt because he was a terrorist.
Well, let me tell you this.
And he ended up coming in there, and he claimed that he was a farmer out in South Carolina, and they gave him residence in New York, and he ended up being convicted of being a major perpetrator of the 1993 World Trade Center bombing, and he was admitted in 1986.
Youssef, yeah. I'm very familiar with that.
Not Ramzi Youssef, Mohammed Abu-Lima. It's a Time magazine article. Just check it out. It's called the Life of Red Muhammad. That's what it's called. That's the article. The Life of Red Muhammad.
Well, there is a red herring there. Marcus Wolf of the Stasi, who ran German Secret Service operations. Obama, I call him Von Obama, just like I call Von Clinton. Okay, they're German Secret Service connected through the Bank of International Settlement, and that's what they're all about. The Muslims were set up by the Abwar, the Germans.
Mm-hmm. Interesting. Hey, Chris, thank you for the call. This is a great call. Thank you for the information.
You bet.
Hey, listen, my Facebook is Frankie Russo 44.3. That's my profile page. If you got any other, I'd love to see some. If you want to send me some articles and stuff.
Lieutenant Colonel Field McConnell runs the Able Danger website. So,
What's it called? What's it called?
Able Danger.
Able Danger. I'm going to check it out.
Okay, ABEL.
ABEL. Great.
Yeah, right.
Hey, Chris, thank you for the call, man.
You bet. Right,
thank you. We're winding down on the 10. Let's go to Billy in Boston. What's popping, Billy?
Hello, Frankie. Good morning.
Good morning, my brother. I got like 8 minutes left in the show. I'm telling you, the show goes like crazy.
Yeah, I know. It goes too fast.
Too fast.
I just wanted to mention we wouldn't be buying 100 tons of guns every hour if we felt safe. Obama's over there saying we got to ban almost every type of gun you can think of. People are afraid of terror. They're afraid of crime. They're afraid of the government, and he still wants to rein in the gun sales. I can't believe him.
Right, and everything, we're in the wrong. They bring these radical Islamists over here. They want, and you know something, even the radical Islamist sympathizers, we don't even know who they are. And they all want the Sharia law. You want Sharia law? Go back to Baghdad. Over here is American laws and American courts. We speak English. You could speak other languages. My grandparents came from Italy. They couldn't speak a lick of English. They learned English. They spoke Italian. You could speak Spanish and learn English. You got to assimilate into the culture. This is America. We're land of the free, home of the brave. If you don't like it here, go back to Baghdad. Go back to wherever hell you came from and go practice your law.
Well, you said he was a stealth Islamist. There's nothing stealth about it, Frankie.
Well, now it's come out. His policies, you see, because if you look at it, right, just to give you what do we mean by stealth Islamist? He'll do the Bergdahl trade, right? He'll release 5 Afghan Taliban with $5 billion going to Qatar. And then we'll get in exchange a traitor, a deserter in Bergdahl. Everybody's going to talk about Bergdahl because of he's a traitor. They did the shows. They did the mainstream press did a whole thing, but nobody talked about the 5 Afghan Taliban, the $5 billion that went to Qatar. According to Congressman Lamborn from I think Colorado, he wrote a letter to John Kerry claiming that Qatar is a safe haven for terror financiers, and there's a gentleman named Al-Numani, who was designated by the United States Treasury Department he's a Qatari national and he's a terror financier. He gave millions of dollars, according to the United States Treasury Department, to Al-Qaeda in Iraq. You know what Al-Qaeda in Iraq is? ISIS. Yep. And it goes on and on. He gave money to Yasser al-Suri. Yasser al-Suri is the facilitator of the Iranian Al-Qaeda nexus, the Sunni Shia nexus in Iran, in Sadat City, Tom Jocelyn, Long War Journal. I mean, it goes on. And Obama uses these, uses the pulpit, uses the pulpit, uses the what is it? The bully pulpit? The bully pulpit, that's it.
Yep.
My brother, thank you for the call, man.
All right, good evening. Good morning, Frankie.
God bless you. Thank you. 800-848-9222. Let's go to Tim in New Jersey. What's poppin', Tim? I got 5 minutes left. We got to talk quick.
All right, Frankie. How you doing, Frank?
Good, my brother.
Listen, the real thing is the fact that Obama is a subversive, and the fact that the media is not covering him. They never vented him when he got elected.
That's right.
He should have been vented correctly, and we would not be in the situation we're in. And the fact that they want to take our guns is just another attempt. The Democratic Party, they claim that they like calling everybody else a racist. All we want is our borders closed and these people and restrained. But they're the ones, they're the ones that are racist because they're the party of the Ku Klux Klan. And people need to learn their history because the fact remains that they are working for the other side. And the fact that he has broken the law 12 times, he should be in prison. Forget impeachment. The man should be in prison.
Him and Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. My brother, great call. Thank you for the call, man. Great call.
Thank you.
800-848-9220. Let's go to Lou in Fresh Meadows, and then we'll kick to Willie in New Jersey. What's up, Lou?
Yeah, what's up, Frank? Hey, baby, you do a good show, man.
Hey, let's get, this is freaking, this
Has been.
I got you, son. Son, I got you. Let's go to Willie in New Jersey. What's popping, Willie?
Hey, Frankie. Listen, real quick. I just want to say that my grandparents came from Italy too, around 1900.
Great place.
There was less than 100 million people in America at that time. Today we got 320 million. We don't need anybody from Italy. We don't need them from Asia. We
Right.
don't need them from the Middle East. We don't need nobody from nowhere.
Right, and if they come in, they got to come here legally, and they got to assimilate. If they don't come in here legally, they don't assimilate, go back to where you came from.
The only people they should allow in is the names have to be something like Albert Einstein, Thomas Edison, Enrico Fermi.
You're talking about people that are going to contribute to the community.
Right. That's right. We don't
Not
need
these-
any more. We got enough people. We don't need any. This way you don't have to say we're discriminating against the Muslim. Discriminating against everybody. Nobody comes in. We
Yeah,
got
I mean,
enough
this is
people.
nuts. Donald Trump is right. We got to put this
better
thing
believe
on
it.
hold.
You better believe he's right.
Why does Saudi Arabia want to build a wall? Why does Kenya want to build a wall? Why does Tunisia want to build a wall?
They're going to do it with our oil money, too, on top of it.
Yeah, they want to keep out the radical Islamists.
That's right.
So what are we? We're targets. We're supposed to stand there and say, shoot me. Hey, Obama, let them shoot me. I don't want to be called a racist. It's like the guy in San Bernardino. It's like the guy in San Bernardino. He saw they're bringing in pipe bombs, 15, 20 pipe bombs, watching this thing go in. And the dude, he said, I couldn't say anything. I'm watching
Frankie,
these people meet.
We need a real president. That's what we need.
The dude in that's right. The dude in San Bernardino said he was afraid he's going to be called a racist.
Yeah, I know.
Are you kidding me? What?
Unbelievable, Frank. Keep up the good work.
Thank you. What?
Bye-bye.
Thank you. 800-848-9220. I'm on the one. Mel from the Bronx. What's popping, Mel?
How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm all right. Hey, just really quick.
Go ahead, bro.
The reason why these politicians don't want Trump is because he's going to exploit them. He's going to open the doors. He's going to show the people what really these politicians are all about. And they're all scammers. They're all rats.
They're all rats. Exactly.
That's right.
Donald Trump's going to open them up. And I tell you the truth, Hillary Clinton may be, she's going to be facing prison sentencing. So is Bill Clinton, Obama. But I think Obama may get immunity because, he's the president or whatever. This is the Frankie Russo show. You can't keep up with this. You can't. No way. You better believe you better vote for Trump. I'll see you in the future.
Welcome to the boardroom.